Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the final day of the Dota 2 Asia Championship. Asia Qualifiers. Man, that's a mouthful. We come down the home stretch now, and the games get really interesting. So for those who aren't familiar with the format, it is one big old round robin. 16 teams enter the round robin, only 6 leave. The top 4 go directly to the main event to be held in China, the main group stage, I should say. Not all teams from the group stage at the LAN event go to the main event, but the majority do. So, top 4 right now, Seedek and Tongfu, they've already punched their tickets with 24-6 and 24-4 records respectively. But outside of those two, things are a little spicy. eHome City at 20-6, looking relatively safe, and then we get to these two teams. In 4th place right now sits Hyper Glory Team at 19-7. And on the other side, Big God at 17-9. So if Big God can pull off a 2-0 win here, they would be tied with HGT coming down the home stretch. It's a big series for both teams. Only one of them will have a shot at moving into the LAN finals directly. 5th and 6th place, they still get to go to the wild card, and right now it looks okay for Big God. Speed Gaming close nipping on their heels, though, so a crucial match for both teams. So with that all said, guys, let's look through the draft here and see what's going on. HGT, they are going to change things up quite a bit. Yesterday, we saw a lot of their Shadow Fiend Chen play, either banned against them or picked up straight away, but they go for something very different. They go for a first overall pick, Faceless Void. Not a very common opener right now in China. It used to be a very popular opener. As far as the Void pick goes, well, Venge was banned, so one of the best natural counters to Chrono is gone. Interestingly, the Medusa was left in the pool, and this is a hero that Big God has been running for burning almost every game, so I consider Medusa one of the better counters to Void, just because when he Chronos, when he jumps on you with Time Walk, you just instantly Stone Gaze, and he can't really do anything during the Chronosphere if he proceeds to use it. So, also Medusa's tanky, generally will not die in Chronosphere unless there's a lot of follow-up damage, but HGT, they gamble, they leave it around in the first phase, and Big God opts not to pick it. Instead, they go for the Skywrath Mage and Bat Rider. I think a bit of a block pick with the Skywrath, the Bat, just a very solid, reliable ganker in general. And then HGT, they get a little synergy with their Chronosphere, snapping up the Ancient Apparition. And Wisp ignored in the first phase, not a hero that's hugely popular with either team, but something that HGT will pull out occasionally. We have seen a little bit of Tiny Wisp from them here and there.
10 seconds remaining.
Moving right along into the second stage of bans, Big God now remove that very pesky Shadow Fiend that Era is just loving to play lately. He loves the mech Shadow Fiend. They combine it with Chen, as I was mentioning, very often, but it is removed now. The Wisp also banned out. And, well, one of the better heroes to counter Void, as well as a hero that matches up, or that suits really well ROTK, I should say. So this will probably be, I think what we're looking at here is it could be the Jungle Doom for Alanum. If it's not a Jungle Doom, then it will be an off-lane Doom, and that would put Xiao 8 onto the Bat Rider. The alternative is to run the Lanum Doom in the jungle, the Xiao 8's hero still to be picked up, and then ROTK Bat into the off-lane. The one issue with this is that it gets a little hard for the Bat to find room in the jungle. If the Doom is busy farming those camps, that means nobody's stacking them, and it means the Bat may struggle to catch up a bit if he's shut down in the soft lane. HGT now go for a Lion, a hero that can really zone effectively, more so than he used to be since the new patch. You get the boots first, you have Chilling Touch as well, and this is actually a pretty potent roaming duo. 2.5 second Hex at level 1, you throw the Lion stun on top of that, you're looking at about 3.5 seconds, plenty of time to kill someone with the bonus magic damage coming out from Chilling Touch. So, looking at BG now, both teams have good initiation. Blink Doom, Bat Rider, Blink Lasso, Lion, Blink Hex, once he farms it, and the Void, of course, with Chronosphere. So they want heroes that can live through this Chrono, heroes that can fight around the Chrono cooldowns, and they'll get a Slark, a hero that can pretty much fight all the time. I will say, though, Ancient Apparition, one of the better counters to him, as you prevent that passive regen with the Ice Blast if you get it off, and, of course, you can't Dark Pact off the Ice Blast debuff. So it's a ballsy move, I would say, from Big God, but I think Slark in general suits what they want to do. They see the big AoE combo. You want to pick heroes that can fight all the time. So when the cooldowns have been used, then you can get aggressive. And everyone on Big God is a pretty low cooldowns here.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Fourth pick coming out for HGT. They've got their supports, and whoa, Troll actually slipped through. Both teams somewhat ignoring him up to this point. There have been some interesting stats dropped recently, actually in the Team Liquid live report thread. So if you guys don't read Team Liquid, I consider it one of the better places to follow competitive Dota 2 if you like forums. Generally slightly more thoughtful discussion, but yeah, with that said, Troll right now in this qualifier, he's only sitting at a 13% pick rate. Sounds lower than what it feels like. But I guess he's still just a noteworthy pick or ban, and so when you see it, it's like, ooh, Troll. Even though, in reality, the numbers aren't that crazy. But Troll Void, obviously good. You always want to pick someone who benefits from the attack speed of Battle Trance. You want to pick around that ultimate. So it helps you get the Chilling Touch damage out faster. It also works nicely with the Faceless Void's Time Lock. The other cool thing here is that Ice Vortex actually buffs up the amount of damage that Time Lock does inside of Chronosphere. This is something that a lot of people don't really think about, but Time Lock is magical damage. And so with the Troll ultimate, you're hitting quickly. You're hitting for bonus magic damage inside of Chronosphere. So the Chilling Touch is hitting harder. The bashes are coming faster, and they also hit harder. It's a potent killing combo, for sure. Big God now, is it going to be that 4-position Jungle Doom, or do they look to run... I guess it could still be the Doom offlane and the Bat Rider in the mid. I feel like you run the Jungle Doom here, and you're just giving an awful lot of space away to level-hungry supports, to free farm to Void. Troll's not going to be under any pressure mid.
Shadow Shaman.
And they'll go for a fairly forgotten hero. Big God picking up the Shadow Shaman. How often has he been picked lately? Let's see. In this patch, Shadow Shaman has been picked 10 times. And I think that's in thousands of games at this point. At least close to, I think it's over 1,000. Around at least 1,000. So 10 games, he's 4-6 right now.
10 seconds
Not
remaining.
particularly popular.
5 seconds remaining.
But what does Shadow Shaman give you this game that other heroes don't? Lion was already picked, so Big God could be really valuing a Hex. Hex is important against Void, I would say, but they do have other initiation. Lasso, Doom. If they're picking him for the wards, well, they don't really push that hard, but I guess it gives them some push, whereas up to this point they had none. So that may be the main goal here for Big God. Just make sure they have a little bit of push, and they round out the draft with the Wraith King, another hero that plays well with the Troll ultimate, the Rampage. He has a crit, it'll be a ZSMJ Wraith King, so he will be in the farming role as you'd expect with this draft, and well, he's got a passive that synergizes nicely with Rampage. So I like this draft from HGT. I think the big thing for me is they've picked well around the Troll ultimate. And the other thing is Wraith King, obviously, he's the Doom counter. You can't Doom this guy. He just comes back for round 2. Is it going to be a Burning Slark? I guess it is. Shao 8 Doom. I wonder if we see them swap up these roles. Do we actually see the Doom going mid? Because Doom is not the best laner. Certainly not against a hero like Troll. I think Air's going to have a field day if they throw this Doom mid. So I'm guessing that they may look to just swap the Bat and the Doom. I mean, it's possible they still run the Jungle Doom and, you know, they do something crazy like a Shadow Shaman plop down in the mid lane for Lanham, but we'll just have to wait and see what BG have in store with their lanes. Lanham buying the boots first, and Shao 8 heading top with boots. So, okay, it will be RTK's Bat mid. I think this is the right call for BG, even though RTK generally plays the offlane, Shao 8 generally mid for this. I call them a team, more of a casual mix. It just suits the heroes better as far as matchups go. So with that said, guys, we get underway. Game 1 of our 2-game set. Kaka going to be handling your Lion. Air, the Troll Warlord. Pretty Haw on the Ancient Apparition. ZSMJ, the Wraith King. And then Icy going to be handling the Void. On the Dire side, you've got the Big God. The B-God himself. How fitting to start with him. Burning, going to be playing your Slark. Shao 8, going to be doing a bit of scouting here. He'll start retreating out. Ice, not to be confused with Ice, will be on the Skyrath. RTK, reunited with his old buddy Burning on the Bat Rider. And that leaves Lanham, or Slammin', depending on the lingo that you like to use. And I want to see that Earthshaker again sometime soon. He'll be on the Shadow Shaman. Did go for the boots first build, which generally we see at least one support picking this up nowadays. Skywrath has the much higher base move speed, so it allows the Shaman to at least have a shot at getting a range for Shackles. Are they actually going aggressive here? I think just wanting to control this bottom rune. But HGT feeling confident about their ability to contest these runes. Are bringing in 4 heroes all the way down. They're going to time walk in onto Ice. Not really sure what the follow-up plan is. It's just going to be running in. They slow land him. He turns around. This might allow them to get a range for a stun. A 4-hero dive mid. Oh, man. They are stronger at level 1. That's for sure. With Chilling Touch and 3 tanky frontliners, they can certainly go in. But, I mean, basically just expecting BG to run in and feed there. So they'll get to the lanes a little bit late. They're going to miss the creep block bottom. Mid lane looking okay. So lanes will settle down into dual lanes. Yeah, Void's going to go back and rotate around to the top lane. Meanwhile, in the off lane goes Burning on the Slark. He's actually got a TP scroll already, so they're prepared to make a laning adjustment if he's up against... I think this was if he was going to be up against a tri-lane, but seeing the dual lanes... Ancient Apparition, Wraith King, a difficult lane to fully kill a Slark. They can do a lot of damage, they can keep him out a bit, but they want to make sure the Slark gets farmed. So it seems Burning, they were hoping he'd be dodging, but in fact he's not. Wraith King, Ancient Apparition, a good aggressive combo, and well, the dodge fails, so they'll just TP him out. Doom, going to rotate to the woods, or maybe even all the way down to the bottom lane, and HGT, now their dual lane, going to be the one that's struggling here. But the trade-off is an abandoned safe lane. ZSMJ, if he wants to rush the Midas, play a little greedier. He'll be able to do that. Rotating around will be Kaka. He's spotted up by a Dire Observer ward here. But he's going to get in range anyway. RTK. Not particularly afraid as the troll rather far back when that initiation attempt comes through. So he'll retreat and chill. Now the 2-minute rune dance begins. Lanham looking to scout this one out. And Icy going to rotate in as well. Nothing skilled up just yet by Lanham. He'll nuke the Void, but it's a pitiful attempt to slow him down as he happily snags that bounty rune. They're still in haste turn, chilling bottom lane. And so in the end, it will just be the jungle Doom. Maybe Shao 8 looks to go bottom once he gets his Tranquil Boots, but for now, he's not applying pressure on the lanes. He's just AFK farming. This is where HGT probably look to focus on their pulls or even go for a gank. Do they have a smoke on Pretty Hall? They do. So who do you gank? Batrider, I think, is actually fairly killable. You've got the Troll slow to initiate. Lion, H. Apparition, good follow-up. It's a decent kill opportunity, but a lot of it will just come down to the creep equilibrium. And, well, the safe move is always to push, even if it is a very slow pushing tri-lane. Chilling Touch not going to help you against towers. Kaka can pull these creeps around, though. He's going to drag them back towards the Ancients, or maybe just around in circles. And with the creeps not defending the tower will continue to take damage. But this is now going to give Shao 8 some free experience as the creeps come marching in. He's going to collect a full wave. They look for the ZSMJ stun, pump faking, but not actually committing to it. Now Kaka, he's done the great journey around the world, swinging back to that lane. So comparing the two offlaners, you've got a level 2 Void, a level 3 Doom. Advantage there, going to be going the way so far of BG. And they are pinning out they drop out the smoke, actually. Maybe they want to send Kaka on a solo smoke. I don't know if these two together, I don't think get the Batrider kill. Not if he's at full HP. If they want to go for this, they probably need 3. And as you can see, Shao 8, as soon as that lane pushes back out, he realizes they can just keep on going for pulls and deny him experience, so he's back to the jungle. Good efficient movements overall from the Doombringer, and just getting a little bit more out of the offlane thus far. And the thing is, the Void being in this offlane is not applying any pressure. Icy has 0 CS, Slark is free farming. The offlane trade favoring BG. And looking at our other lanes, since I've talked a lot about the offlane thus far, the mid lane so far, Troll doing quite a bit better than the Bat, as you would expect, with the base damage for Batrider nowadays just being so incredibly awful. Troll, not an easy hero to really dive on, because he's pretty tanky. He can bash you under tower. The axes make it hard to finish a kill. And he's got the more spammable nukes. Firefly is a pretty long cooldown. So, Air, as expected, I think coming out on top here. But Troll, a hero that can look to catch up. There's a half stack here. Nothing else in the woods, though. And this does go back to what I was mentioning during the draft. You run the Doom as well as the Batrider, and really no matter how you lane them, they're going to be somewhat fighting with each other over farm. So ROTK will begin stacking. 5 minutes in, he'll get his first full stack out. Now the movement from Kaka, swinging around towards the top lane. Dire vision right now. Pretty good if they head towards this top rune. Axe is going to fly. Do they really want to dive Lanham here? Here comes the Doombringer. Oh, this could be trouble. They go in with the Impale. Lanham dropping low, and it looks like Air caught out under the tower, but not long enough to get the kill. But they lose one. They're going to lose both. HGT, was it worth it? First blood, but a 2-for-1 exchange. And Doom getting one of those kills, Batrider the other, only for a support Shaman, and you give up your Troll. I gotta say, even though the gold Swain might be fairly close, oh, it's actually not even. 650, 400 advantage for the Dire, but even if it wasn't even gold Swain, I would still favor BG there, simply because of who died and the fact that Doom and Batrider are getting some much needed golden experience. And with that, RTK's Bat will close in on a pretty timely Blink Dagger. They can now just leave the Bat in the jungle. With the Doom getting some levels, it looks like he'll take over mid. Picks up the double damager. Lana may continue to die, depending on how aggressively he plays, but that's an acceptable casualty. RTK getting scouted out here by Kaka. I think he probably knows. There's no reason for Lion to just be wandering around at this stage. Against some junglers, he could, but Batrider, not a jungler who's generally going to drop low in the woods. So you don't really go there looking to kill him because he doesn't have to tank the creeps like, say, an Axe would. So if he's in your woods, he's definitely warding. So BG really gearing up for a fearsome mid-game. Xiao8's Doom is going to come online pretty early. He's got level 6 nearly picked up. The Batrider Blink fairly soon, as mentioned. And, well, Burning, what's it going to be for him? A complete Arena of Aquila. Not rushing the Midas. Going for a little bit more early game aggression. Xiao8 caught up bottom lane, though. Will end up going down to the nice Wraith King stun there, and speak of that Wraith King, ZSMJ will pick up the Midas. I honestly feel it's pretty much core on the hero, simply because the level 2 ultimate is so essential. Level 1 ulti, 4.5 minutes, 4 1/3 minutes cooldown. It just is too long. And you really want to get your level 3 ult. That's where it's got the 1 minute cooldown. And in fact, the cooldown on it at that point is lower than Doom. So you can get Doomed, come back to life, and then by the time Doom's ready again, your ult's ready again. And in fact, well before it. Now the smoke gank from Kaka. He makes his way towards the mid lane. Lanham hanging back. They want to punish the fact that this Batrider's off the lane. HGT know that Shadow Shaman, the support that likes to get his early levels, but he'll be punished for this. The Hex is waiting from the Impale follow-up, and they get the kill. Quickly, pretty cleanly. Burning has rotated in, though. If he gets this pounce, Kaka's probably going down here. Dark Pack coming through. He's still hesitating on the leap. He gets it, though. And Kaka will end up falling. So 1-for-1 exchange, a support for a support. A smoke for a couple TPs. More or less even. RTK with the fast blink, though. 8 minutes. That's a concern for HGT. And Xiao8 wants to make a play here. He's not been spotted, it looks like. Radiant Vision. They have nothing on this bottom side of the map. And Doombringer has the Thunderclap online. Generally, the War Stomp is stronger for most of the game, but I feel like at this stage, the Thunderclap is often better, just because it has a really high damage output. 150 damage and a strong move slow is quite potent. You also get the attack speed, which can make a big difference. Hard to say who has the better late game this time around. It's still pretty even. Gold, experience, all near 0. Look at the drafts. HGT, I would probably give them the edge, to be honest, just because, first of all, they have the GG Chrono. Secondly, they have 3 heroes that really use Rampage well. So you're looking at 3 super buff carries. But BG, to me, have the better initiation. They have the Doom, the Batrider, the Slark. Overall, I'd say it's a little bit more reliable and scarier as well. Chrono can be good, but Slark will build a Blink Dagger, Bat already has a Blink, Doom will probably get one, and then the Chronos can end up just being off the mark. So it's less guaranteed than what HGT bring to the table. And I feel like it comes down to really superior DPS late game if it's even, HGT having that, and superior initiation on the side of BG. So I would say it's very close if it goes late. This one more likely to come down to the execution and just overall movements at this stage of the game over the next 15, 20 minutes. Speaking of movements, we got one bottom brewing. ROTK over the tree line now, preparing for his leap in. He wants to showcase the shiny blink and he'll get it. It's on CSMJ, who has not skilled his ultimate. He's going to grab it now. It's a lasso for nothing. Not even the ult popped yet. And now the counter initiation attempted, but they also bring in Burning. They're going to doom Kaka. He already got off the Hex. He's not getting anything else off here. Now Air, chasing onto Burning. They have a Chronosphere, but he's currently on his ult. And, well, Icy gets silenced as he looks for the Chrono leap in. So he won't get it off. Everybody now retreating. They get 2 supports. They get out cleanly. Nice win there for BG. Looked like it would be a fail gank at first with that lasso onto the Wraith King. Somewhat ill-advised, I would say, but ends up working out. Generally, he's not the hero you want to be targeting with that. Unless you know his ulti's down. But you can't argue with the results. They're going to prep the tower defense now, trying to lay in a bit of Firefly, but RTK has to be cautious about this potential Chronosphere. At the same time, Void has to be cautious about the potential Blink dodge. And swinging around towards mid is going to be Burning. He's now got the scent. Pretty Han Kaka waiting, but they get the Impale off. There's no finger yet, though. He's Ice Blasted, and that is trouble for Slark. Burning. He's been AFK farming every game I've seen him on that Medusa. He tries to play more of an active role, and well, he gets shut down. That was a pretty risky dive, to be honest. Like they clearly saw him. It's daytime. The Lion goes behind the tree line. Maybe if you Dark Pact early, then you could potentially at least live, but we do see, amongst other things, that the power of Ancient Apparition against the Slark. As this game goes on, that will be a thorn and burning side, just not able to rely on the passive regen. A big smoke gang from HGT. They ramble towards top lane, roaming as a pack through this big god jungle. He's still on a healthy pile of gold, sitting at about 1100 here. But the real winner so far is the Wraith King. ZSMJ God stacking up the farm. We'll most likely see that Blink Dagger coming soon. And with that, they'll have an annoying initiator. He closes it on the level 2 ultimate as well. And as the HGT gank ends up being slightly off the mark, BG go for a smoke gank of their own. 5 heroes descending on bottom. And Icy, he's getting cold feet.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Get it. Oh boy. The dad jokes. BG are going to take the tower. But it'll be a tier 1 for tier 1 trade, it looks like. And then the question becomes who pushes faster. BG with the wards most likely do, but they drop the wards on the tier 1. They're not going to be going for tier 2, so it looks like it'll be a 1-for-1 exchange in the end. Doubt they try to TP in to defend this. Oh god.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The duck spammer invaded our Twitch chat. I normally don't mod chat while I'm playing, but I happen to look and we can't have any wild ducks appearing here. At least somebody appreciates all my hard work. They have Lasso ready. Icy still yet to drop a Chrono. Well, the Batrider of RTK make us go. He preps with Firefly, not going to engage just yet. And if you're BG right now, you're mainly looking to fight around your Shaman wards. That's your big tool. You have the nice initiations for pickoffs, but where you really want to get kills is when you can either drop wards for Roshan or drop wards for towers. There's a Haster in top lane, and Kaka's going to be the one to grab it. He's got his Finger of Death ready to roll, and he's going to walk right into the Batrider of RTK. Hex to start. He doesn't even need to finger this. He'll hold it too. That 160-second cooldown, not something you want to frivolously throw away. And without the Batrider, tower defense, not really a possibility. In fact, you look at BG in general, and they're pretty bad at holding towers. They don't have much AoE. They don't have the threat of that HGT have, like the Chrono into Ice Blast. Where BG excel are in pickoffs and small skirmishes. But if they are forced to team fight, or if they are forced to defend towers, they need a good initiation. A Bat Rider Leap.
Radiant's bottom tower
Duck
is
Spammer
under
invasion.
attack.
There's so many of these. Is that a thing? Maybe it's actually a really sweet video of awesome ducks. I used to love ducks when I was a kid. I'd go to the park with my grandparents. We'd feed them a bit. Although apparently you're not supposed to feed ducks bread, but you know, I didn't know better at the time as a little kid, and I'm not sure that the welfare of ducks was much of a consideration for people from my grandparents' generation, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would always enjoy it. Sadly, they're no longer with us, but the good memories live on. Sorry for all the feels, guys. I'm in a very reflective mood today. What can I tell you? Apparently there's a Duck Spammer 3. Return of the Duck Spammer. The Duck Spammer strikes back. A new Duck Spammer.
Radiant's top tower is under
We got them all.
attack.
Icy's gonna look for his Chrono here, and it will catch out land him. Though some of the wards disabled by this. That was a recent change to the Chronosphere. That it pauses wards. This is the SMJ is shackled, but this will be a shatter. Your Shaman gonna go down. They're gonna look to farm up the wards here, and that's a big win for HGT. They now snag Air's signature Blink Dagger. One of his
Radiant's
go-to
middle
items
tower
on the
is under
troll.
attack.
He really likes this. I would love to pick the brain of Air as to why he favors the early blink. I mean, it's a really good item in general, so you can just make an argument for getting it regardless. Bat Rider tries to jump on you, just quick blink away, similar to being up against a Void and blinking out as he looks to Chrono. But I wonder if there's a more specific reasoning behind it than that. Later on in the game, when you get enough items, then you have a blink, and it's basically like having a blink stun, because you're almost guaranteed to just start chain bashing them with that ultimate. Now the Masquematus will come out for our Void, so he gets the mass attack speed, the plus 100 from this. He's going to add the troll attack speed on top of that, so plus 220 attack speed when the Rampage is active. That is a lot of increased attack speed. Oh no, Duck Spammer the third. There's too many Duck Spammers. Duck Spammer, please have mercy on my Twitch chat. Do I need to preemptively ban number 4? I guess I should do that now. Okay, apparently that's not a thing. There is no Duck Spammer 4. Slight lead here developing for HGT. Up by about 2,000 gold, 2,000 experience. I think the main thing is just how hard it is to push into HGT. That's what's really stifling the Big God aggression. They have good initiation, but if everyone in HGT is not getting picked and they're alive, then you're going into the Wraith King jump, the Void Chronosphere jump. These are difficult heroes to engage into. RTK does have a timely Force Staff, though. He's going to grab the top urn, and I wonder if they look to fight. The big item that it looks like BG are building towards is this Aghanim's Doom Scepter. You get the Ags. Now you can disable Backtrack as well as Time Lock. The Troll's Bash is disabled. Wraith King, not the hero you want to be dooming. He won't get doomed. It'll probably be the Lion or the Void. Those are the two big go-tos. There will be an engagement here from Burning. He's got his own Blink Dagger. Wants to pop this Wraith King ultimate, but the Wraith King just a bit too tanky. Will end up being forced to retreat out as Landham also tucking himself back. Meanwhile, top lane, initiation from RTK. Going on to Kaka, but it catches out Ice Ice Ice. Unfortunately, RTK not caught in the Chronosphere. He'll be okay, but only for a little while. Then he's run down by Icy. Air there to join them. They go for the pick-off and barely make it back to the well as Ice Ice. That was almost really unfortunate. Did not Chrono the Bat, Chronoed the Skywrath though, and I think it ends up being the more important hero to Chrono, because otherwise he gets off Mystic Blade.
Structures are fortified.
I tried to ban Duck Spammer 4. His name didn't even exist. This guy is, he's not registering the names until the last moment. It's very clever. By the way, mods, do your job so I can cast this damn game of Dota. In the meantime, Lanham walking into Pretty Hall. He's going to hex him, and he drops an Observer Ward around the tree lines. In fact, they get off their shackles. Pretty Hall low as the result of this, and one slice of that Doom Fiery Sword will get the kill. And in the meantime, top lane, RTK just going to do a bit of jungling. Uh-oh, they managed to catch out. Well, who's caught whom, I guess, is the question. Burning, fighting out. He will pop the ultimate and look to retreat, and that is a slight issue for HGT. Their AoE on the carries is pretty non-existent.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Overall, a fairly good game for HGT. I want to say I feel like this is favoring them a bit. Having the mass attack speed, now picking up items that proc on attack. I like this choice from ZSMJ. Going for items like Maelstrom, Crystallis if you don't have a crit. Like say on the Void. Like these are the types of items you want to pick up. Is Shao will get caught out there. Top lane, they don't even need a Chronosphere, it looks like. Chain Bashed and dealt with. HGT starting to get aggressive with these tanky initiating carries.
Radiant's bottom
The
tower
push will
is
come
under
bottom.
attack.
Burning, Lanham, they drop the wards, and the thing is, HGT have just been quick to respond to this. Burning will initiate. ZSMJ still has his ultimate though, and they can't even crack it. They just don't have the damage to bring down this Wraith King. That's a concern. Now they go for a lasso. That's a better target. Kaka, though, pulled out of the Mystic Flare. Well, that was awkward, but it ends up being okay. Burning could have gone in to at least try to break that Wraith King ultimate, but won't end up doing it. Still this Doom. Can the Icy solo kill him is the question. Troll ultimate is just now used. I don't know about this Icy. If he gets off the Doom, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. In fact, yep, now Icy's dead. He's going to walk towards the tree line. Where do I go? What do I do? I die. Yeah, I don't think that was a very high percentage play, to be honest. Maybe if the Ice Blast is there sooner, but there was no way he gets that. Unless he gets like 4 bashes in a row after Chrono ends. There's just no way he gets that kill. Burning looking awfully poor this game. Didn't go for the early Midas, which we see quite a few Slark players do. And on top of that, the early rotation mid not working out for him. 1-1 and 3. It's been a pretty low impact Slark game, to be honest. And I will say, it's a very different play style, running this type of Slark versus what we've seen most out of Big Up, which is the Medusas. Oh, RTK. That was a bold maneuver. Blinks in, but he's a solid 400, 600 range shorts. PG gonna push now. Burning in front. They leave Shao behind him. No Aghanims just yet, but this tier 1 should be down. So at long last, BG managed to claim another tower. And they took those 2 bottom fairly early. But this last one, it's been a while. And now HGT with the immediate response into the Roche Pit they'll go. They don't have the Void here, but they don't really need it. With the Troll, Ultimate, Flads, as well as the Wraith King, Lifesteal, and Crit, this is a pretty simple Roche. And I'm going to de-ward. They could go on him, but that means that they wouldn't easily get this Roche in. Although they may be a bit too late. Ice Blast coming into Lanham. Do they look to engage on him? Oh, this is potential trouble. Kaka with the quick finger snipe. The Ice Blast combines with that, but Kaka's going to pay. Trapped in a hellish prison. As Ice will get the trade, and then Ice goes down as well. Well, they get the Roshan in the end. The Aegis going to the Troll. They get a 2-for-1 support exchange. It's all gravy here for HGT. RTK needs to come up big this game. That's how it's feeling right now. Doom is an okay initiator, but the Bat Rider's the premier one. And if he's not getting good jumps before HGTs get to your base and they're as a 5-man squad, then you're going to have a very tough time taking these fights. He's looking for an opening, but they use the troll ultimate. SMJ just hammering away on this tier 2 bottom. Banging into it. Now stopping off for a few creeps. So bring it down quickly, it looks like. And BG with the correct response, I think. Not easy to go in. They're going to try for it, though. They drop the wards to kind of zone. And Lanham now gets off his shackles on the troll, but he still drops very rapidly. ZSMJ not even ticking down. Finally, he'll fall. Did he have his level 3 ultimate yet? No, Mystic Flare going to find him. Now they doom him as well. Big commitment for ZSMJ, and he will end up paying the piper. Burning on the chase now. He's a bit late on that leap. But Xiao 8, nice and early. He leveled Deaths, and they get the Pretty Hawk kill. They get 2 kills, but it costs them the wards. It also comes after the Roshan's taken. So they can't go to Rosh. They end up with a 1,300 gold swing in their favor, and an Aegis pop. Definitely a win for them, but I don't think those numbers take into account the tier 1 bottom. Or the tier 2 bottom. Void now, picking up his own Maelstrom. You see a lot of on-proc items coming out. Expect to see potential Daedalus later on for the Void. That's a pretty nice, there's a nice synergy there with the Rampage. Or, what I always call Rampage, the Battle Trance. I think I call it Rampage because in Dota 1, most of the time trolls would end up getting Rampages. That hero was just the Bash Master, the old troll. The remake makes him much more of a team hero, though. I've slain the duck, boys. The duck ain't got nothing on me. For now, HGT hanging back a bit. They're going to complete the Eye of Scotty on Troll, and with this air, it gets very difficult to bring down. At this point, he's neck and neck with the Wraith King. I think still not a hero you want to focus on. It's still the Kaka Lion who's a priority, the Void. Honestly, you can kidnap anyone you want with the bat, but as for the Doom, those are, to me, are the 2 heroes you still need to be making priority number 1. You know, I jinxed it. As I said, I've slain the duck spammer. He comes roaring back in. I feel like he's the MVP of this game. Duck spammer with the Hydra effect. You chop off one head, 2 respawn in its place. Well, he's certainly entertaining me. HGT now smoke. Dire team did not have vision of this, but RTK's in a good position to reveal it. He'll quickly retreat out right as HGT blink on in. Now they're going to rotate towards top lane, where Burning has completed his own Eye of Scotty. He's going to blink out into the tree line, now goes for the TP out. And he TPs wisely to this tier 2. So he thinks he's getting ganked. He also expects them to push this tower, and those are just some veteran instincts kicking in. Although, I guess he's just going to walk back to his team anyway. Just playing it ultra safe.
Almighty money.
It's BG's turn to rotate. They smoke up. They double smoke, actually. Well, 2 smokes better than 1, I guess. And they're going to swing all the way bottom. Oh, no. Is that just Perfect World? Looks like this is a Perfect World issue. As far as I can tell, everything else still okay on our end, I believe. Yeah, so I may need to reconnect to the server, folks. Do apologize for this. Not sure if it's the server or if it's just our connection to it, but it looks like I'm gonna timeout. Alright, let's try to get back in. As mentioned earlier in the cast, for those kind of just joining us, this is a very big game for the big gods. They are on the outside looking in, but only barely on the outside, as we'll reconnect. Looks like the Void ended up going down. Let's see. And Lion bought back. So they end up getting 2 kills, BG. And on that, the back of that, this game really turns around. They take the tier 3 down. They defend their top lane. Not sure where the fight actually broke out. But wherever it did, probably catching fleeing heroes from HGT in the top lane when they came back to base defend, I'm guessing. But not 100% sure. HGT now picking up a gem. They've got it sitting on Pretty Hall. Burning will continue to farm his way up. And for him, he has a lot of work to do. Not really a game where Slark can 1v5. You're up against double Bash Lords, Troll Ultimate. It's a game where BG definitely have to fight as a team. If one super stacked hero is going to win a fight, it's probably the Troll or the Void. Well, probably not the Void. He's kind of poor. But the Troll, very likely. Now, if Slark's able to get an Abyssal Blade, if he gets the Butterfly, then the tides may turn a bit here. HGT, now swinging bottom. They decide top's not really their lane. Let's head the other side of the map. The grass is greener here, as you can see there. There's not much green growing. Just corpses lining the ground. And, well, whatever that moss is. Lichens. You'll see Lanham going now for... This is very reminiscent of how Shadowshan was being played around the International 4 by AUI 2000, where he would go for the Blink Dagger, he'd get Ags, and he would basically just rat Dota hardcore. Lanham's been a little bit more involved with his team, but the basic core principle remains the same. Just abuse the wards, play it more like a split pusher, and with that, constantly prevent HGT from grouping up for a big 5-man takedown. Batrider Lasso online. Firefly also at the ready. And Kaka's in position. Coming in. He's going to go for the quick blink impale. Now he gets off the finger on RTK. So not able to kill him off, though. RTK kept alive. Turn around. He will end up going down. It looks like a couple more auto-techs, dropping the gem on his way out. Land him next. A huge 3-hero impale by Kaka. Make it a 4th impale. As he'll secure the kills there. 3 heroes dead. This guy right here. That guy. That's your MVP. Who needs Chronosphere? You've got the Lion. Speaking of the Void, he ends up going down mid while this is happening. But the much bigger kill is being claimed by HGT. This is why Lion is just so scary as a support. If you're good with him, he's basically he's a Sand King that has a Hex. Not quite as a little bit squishier, but the really dominant line stun, and well, not to mention that utility he brings to the table against illusions. To me, one of the strongest supports after the latest patch. We've seen teams starting to realize it, and now he's balling out of control. Two big green ones for Kakata. Play around with. HGT looks like they may go back for a pair of BKBs here. Void and Troll building towards them. It could be a Sandranyasha, but you won't normally see that item this late for Troll. If he wants it, he'll get it as his first item. So the BKB now does arrive. Of course, the SMJ has also picked one up. It's not really the best BKB game, but it's still a good one. Mystic Flare is a big component of BG's single target pickoff, and well, without it, they'll struggle to bring these cores down. I think we're at that point now where for BG they need 2 things. They need a super stack Slark, and they need a Doom with a Refresher. He gets Refresher Shivas. You extend BG's window into this game by quite a bit. Haste. And BG continue to just do their best to spread the map right now. They've got the Observer Ward planted down in the top lane, giving them good vision to the lane, one towards the Roshan pit about to expire. Speaking of Roshan, HGT going to scout it out. Do they look to and go in here? They're going to clear out that ward. Remember, they have both of the gems. So BG very much playing in the dark. They did see themselves get dewarded, but I just don't know if they can go into the pit. RTK may try for this, though. He begins his Firefly initiation. Will he get it in time? No, he's just a bit too late. Aegis snagged quickly by your troll. In the meantime, top lane. Glyph forced out. Oh, actually, TP got cancelled. RTK with the big lasso, pulling Kaka up onto the hill. Hello, Mr. Lion. How you doing, my friend? Hey, yeah, nice finger, bro. Oh, that's going to hurt, though. ZSMJ comes in. Oh, RTK, he tries to be cute. He tries to be clever, but in the end, it may cost him. Now Ice being pursued out. He gets sliced down. It's up to Burning to turn this. He jumps onto air. He has that basher. Ward Trap was successful on Icy, and now Shao 8, he wants to Doom, but he doesn't really want to Doom this troll with the Aegis, so he holds on to it for now. It leaves Burning more or less to his own devices, but they manage to get the kill. They still hold the Doom. ZSMJ with his ultimate, though, online. He's not afraid of anything. He'll leap forward. So they pop the Aegis. It costs them 3 heroes. Anything else there? Oh, they also the Lion going down. So 2 for 3. Ancient Apparition Aghanim Scepter nearly complete. He went for the very early Midas, but unfortunately hasn't been quite as involved this game as you would expect. 4, 3, and 5 for 36 minutes with a Void and a Wraith King with a Blink. That is actually a pretty low number of kills to have been involved in some way. So because of that, the Ags is pretty damn slow. He also went back for a Ghost Scepter. That's the other big thing here. Generally, you go for the Midas, you just get the Ags as quickly as humanly possible. Kaka will now grab his Yule Scepter. Yule Scepter, fantastic against the Batrider initiation if he doesn't beat KB, which right now RTK does not. Also, pretty good against the Skywrath Silence. So it's just a generally solid utility item. The other nice thing about Yule's is it gives you another disable to help juggle your cooldown. So you go in, let's say you Blink Hex, then you Impale. That's for 6.5 seconds in total. Then you throw them up in the air with the Yules. Now you're up to about 9 seconds of total disable. And by that time, your Impale as well as Hex have nearly cooled down. They're going to catch out ZSMJ here top lane, though. This is a big kill. He's really off on his own. He even BKB's on his way out. But they're going to drop a Mystic Flare to greet him here. Now they Doom, and ZSMJ ends up dropping. He's dead for 50 gold, which is to say a little bit less than like 45 seconds or so. But not long enough, and obviously they don't realize this Wraith King doesn't have buyback. BG now want to continue pressing the advantage. They smoke up, bringing Burning and RTK together. And they'll swing around towards the Radiant side of the map. RTK in front. Lasso online. Pressing onwards. Searching for anything, but well, right now they still don't have a gem. And in fact, the map is very dark, so a difficult smoke gank for BG. As you can see, they don't see a single solitary soul. All of HGT are way back. Bernie now has Abyssal if he wants to buy it, and the other key item is the Refresher I mentioned. So with this, I think the only thing BG really have to go from here is basically buybacks and getting more farm on Slark. Like you can farm up Lanham. He didn't end up completing the Ags. He went back for the 4 staff. But none of these heroes really scale particularly well with farm. So I think you look at this game right now if you're BG and say, we need a super stack Slark and we need to look to snowball. Take a convincing fight with the Refresher Doom and go from there. You let this game just go turn into a farm fest for another 10-15 minutes, then you're looking at 6 slotted Troll, 6 slotted Wraith King, Void who's got at least another item or 2, and not to mention the HF or Snag's not complete. Still a good late game lineup for BG. You can always count on Batman to make things hard for your opponents, but I don't feel that's really their ideal course of action. Kaka now blinking forward right as RTK blinks in. Well, that makes it easy, he says. I don't even need to use my spells. Then he panic TPs and immediately cancels it. I mean, I guess just wanted to pick up the gem. So maybe not a panic, but they've now collected a third gem. Or no, sorry, it is two. They passed though. I was going to say, is that really a third gem? Just a handoff in the heat of the moment.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Slark getting his BKB. Bernie not going to complete an Abyssal Blade. Is this a BKB game? Yeah, against the Lion, I guess it is. But he's still got to find a way to man-fight the Troll. And the Void. Not going to be easy. Bernie blinking out of the base. This could be bad. He's going to get hexed. Now Impaled Finger as Kaka blinks back. He's been on point with these initiations. They do once on air. Bernie actually managed to get off his ultimate. He's not going to go down. They couldn't finish him off. I guess the Ice Blast off the mark, perhaps. Kaka, he was the secondary Doom target, but neither of these Dooms amounting to much yet. He's heading home. I think he may die just to the Doom damage. Kind of standing around, not sure what to do. Will he end up ticking down here? Yep, he'll fall. Gem hits the deck. Still, double Doom used. What do they have left in the tank? There's still a Chronosphere online. The Void finally going to get active in this fight, man. He's taking a while to get here. While Lasso wrangles pretty hard deep behind enemy lines. He ends up going down. RTK may be the trade, though. Forced back to the high ground. Oh, yeah. There's a fight brewing. Icy is a bit late to the party here, it seems. On ZSMJ jump. That's life number one. Is he going to drop a gem as well? Let's see. They're coming back now. They throw in the Troll slow. He goes in on Burning, who immediately Dark Packs Chrono. Will catch him mid-air, trapped. But BKB comes out from your Void, slowly working on Burning. He has very little damage, though, and Burning's going to leap away. He may end up living. No! The Mjolnir proc. Oh, they hit him. The creeps end up impaling Burning upon their lightning sword of doom. It's unfortunate. Still, though, this looks good. This is going to be a rout for BG. At least getting 4, maybe a 5th. In the end, a 3,700 gold swing. Wowza.
Tis mine.
That was clowny. First the Slark gets caught out midair, then Burning leaps away, and the Wraith King gets hit, and the Mjolnir static discharge buff is procced. And that is very clowny. Finally a Batrider BKB. This is, even though it's late, a very big item. Is it a level 3 ulti? Oh, almost. Not enough to kill off RTK, but enough to make him very sad here in the well. I do have to say, though, Icy has not done a very good job of finding farm this game. 127 CS. His supports don't really steal farm. Ancient Apparition does push out the lanes if he spams Ice Blast on waves, but we haven't really seen that very often. Just low CS in general for Icy. His score, 2, 3, and 2. I feel like the main problem, though, more than the CS, is just that he hasn't really been very involved in fights. We've seen, like, one Chronosphere Ice Blast attempt that I can even recall this game. That was the one top, or I guess it was more over here, which was not very well timed. He ends up getting counter-initiated by Doom and killed off. And then in that last fight mid, he's so late to it. The team needs to fight with the Void. That's going to be essential for them. BKB comes out from RTK. He gets the lasso, pulling Icy onto the high ground right into a Mystic Flare, and Icy will end up going down. Haha! Nice skank, bro. RTK getting aggressive here now. He's chasing on to Kaka. Maybe too aggressive, though. Oh, Kaka now caught out. The Doom number 1 goes onto him. Shiva's going to get popped. Now level death. That's the death of the Lion. Doom number 2 is up in 7. And Shao 8 simply is not dying. They will lose the Lion. Now they lose the Ancient Apparition as well. 3 heroes dead. Make it 4 if ZSMJ can't make his way out. He's BKB'd. He still has his ulti. But if they can kill him once, you better believe they can kill him twice. ZSMJ chased out. Level death. Destroying him. BG just getting the far better initiations. You might have better effective DPS, but we have the Batman. We've got RTK Sama. And he's making the difference. As mentioned, if BG 2-0 this game, that puts HGT tied with them for 4th place. Now, both teams still in good shape to at least finish top 6, which means they at the least go to the wild card, but that's not really going to be satisfactory. HGT, a team that came into this tournament, is one of the heavy favorites to finish top 4. BG, I actually would not consider them a favorite, even though they've got these big-name players, just because, frankly, they have looked really sloppy and casual in most of their recent games, but Well, they're definitely playing well now, and we're seeing that even when these players aren't practicing or training that seriously, they're just that good. They can give HGT a run for their money. BG gonna cave in the mid lane. Botrax is exposed. There's no Wraith King up for 35, but they don't look to go for more yet. They'll play it safe here, retreat out, look to secure Roshan. And with that, Lanham gonna grab his Aghanim Scepter. A real turnaround here for BG. The gold graph plummeting in their favor. 7,000 gold in Swain, about a 15,000 experience Swain. That's a whopper. Quick pause from HGT. Void will end up disconnecting. This is, of course, game 1 of the 2-game set, guys. If you're just joining us, I will be bringing you 3 more, a total of 3 best of 2s, including this one. So, coming up next after this series will be another HGT match. We're going to see them take on Speed Gaming. And then our final game of the day, we'll take another look at eHome, who I've not cast the past 2 days. They'll be playing Mineski, an embattled Mineski squad, I must say. Ice Blast heading into the pit. Now the lasso, RRTK again on the money. They pull Kaka right into a Mystic Flare, and he gets dominated. Now the Doom onto Air, even while he's BKB'd, beginning to tick down through this. Can they follow it up? Air. Oh, the level death just does so much work for Xiao8. He's too tanky. They try to focus him. Maybe they can turn this fight, but this is before Burning arrives. Xiao8's already used his full combination. Burning, getting focused, brought low. He BKBs. He didn't have his ultimate up. ROTK, though, snagging the double kill. His lasso cooling down in 30. ZSMJ is kited. Slowly with the napalm, he tries to turn. He can't. He'll be brought down once. Can they do it a second time? They bought back on their Doom. The Troll also buying back. If he goes down again, Air, it'll be a dieback. Stops to hit a creep. Take that, you super range creep. I gotcha. Ice Blast coming in. Connects on 3. And then what? Then Xiao8 dukes it out with Air. I don't think he wins this 1v1. He's going to need help. It comes in the form of Firefly. Xiao8, though, dropping low. This might be a dieback. It will be. Ends up taking down, but the trade is the kill of Pretty Haw. So they end up getting 5 heroes. This fight's so long that the lasso cools down during it, and it's actually a dieback on the Troll. So make it 6 kills for BG. A godly little engagement there. The fight's so long that it doesn't even have the death notification on the fight recap anymore, even though you still see the Void dead. Oh my. Another gem will enter the field, as Ancient Apparition will pick one up. They already have the one on Kaka, but they decide they want a second gem. I mean, at this point... Oh, maybe no, he must have handed it off to him already. Getting confused with all these gems this game. Now getting his phase boots. These gems are being passed around like hot potatoes, though, I gotta say. Refresher now out for RTK, and that is a very scary item. Every time he gets a lasso, it seems to lead to a kill. Kaka gonna do a bit of warding using the courier to scout for him, the good old G1 octopus. Actually, one of my favorite LAN events, the last G1 League. I guess it's a done event at this point, but that was the tournament where Alliance went to China, and I gotta admit, I didn't really believe that they would... I thought they would win some games. I did not believe they would win the tournament, and they ended up going undefeated the entire event. They ran the gauntlet of all the Chinese juggernauts, and it marked the end of a long era of Chinese dominance dating back from the International 2 all the way up until like 6 to 8 months later. IG started to slip, LGD ended up falling, DK wasn't able to get it done, and then we entered the Na'Vi Alliance era. They're gonna smoke now. HGT, get an aggressive bottom lane. RTK, as mentioned, has the double lasso. This could be a big opportunity for him. They're fighting around near cliffs, and RTK walks right in. They get off that immediate finger on the Lanham. RTK gonna back off. They want the Doombringer to go in first. He Shivas, he'll quickly Doom Icy, who couldn't get off his Doom. In the meantime, Burning's just chilling behind the cliff. Come on, man, you gotta join your team and help him out. They'll lose the SMJ. Lasso number 1 finally used. They're pulling Pretty Haw. They want to ward trap him. They don't even get it off. They just have too much initiation now. They're getting the Void kill, the Edge Apparition. Doom did not get off a second ultimate. Let's pull him on the cliff, drop him over. Okay, Burning, you could do something this fight. How about you go ahead and hit this Skeleton Man? Oh, you can't really win this fight either. BKB comes out, he's dropping low, he starts getting bashes, but gets crit. It's a battle to the death. Who cares about the troll dying? Burning, you can do it, man. I believe in you. He almost dies to the neutrals. It's Lanham's turn to go in. No, that's not going to work. Let me get the hell out of here. This is not where I want to be. All right, ZSMJ is going to blink away in the end.
Radiant's middle tower is under
What a
attack.
fight. I didn't see why Burning ended up there. I'm guessing just blinked a bit short, but that was not the most effective way to use the Slark in that engagement. BG with the one lane of Rax advantage. While this was all going on, the tier 4 ends up falling. HGT getting their base pushed in a little bit. The Roshan has respawn now. And considering that Doom did die back, he won't have another buyback for 2.5 minutes. They may want to throw the Aegis on him. Although he's looking... Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he saves for buyback. They give it to the Slark. Slark? No, not really any inventory slots. Bat could drop the gem. Just denying it's HGT, I guess, the main thing here. They'll finally get their Butterfly on Burning. And no MKBs in sight, actually, for HGT. All they're going to have to deal with this is that Lion Hex. The way these fights have been going, he has not been getting them off very often. The big gods trying to close out HGT here in game 1, and it's BG who desperately need this win. HGT is still an important game for them, but if they take the game 2, they still have that slight edge over BG coming down the home stretch here today. They'll work on the Roche now. Shao 8 slicing, Burning, poking from the backside. He drops his Basher on the ground. It seems he'll send this back to the well for now. And he will be the one to grab the Aegis. So no Basher. Ice, you can be my personal courier. He's the porter. Or Sherpa, as it were. Love that word, actually. Shall we? Can they find... Honestly, at this point, BG need, like, one good jump. You kill off anyone, you have a lane of Rax... The Wraith King's the... Oh, aside from Wraith King. You kill off anyone besides Wraith King, and it's probably the game. Because once you have that 5v4 advantage, you can just isolate the rest of the heroes. Get one hero with like a lasso and right clicks, get one or two with a Doom. Now that there's a double Doom, a lasso into Mystic Flare, Ward Trap. There's so many ways to get those solo pickoffs that if you have a +1 situation, you're unlikely to lose. So they look to break this base right now. Dire Vision quite good. You can see they've got a nice peripheral, or a perimeter set up around this peripheral. Jeez. English, please. Perimeter set up around this HGT base. And the big disappointment for HGT fans this game, I think, really has to be Icy's Void. Tough game for a Void. Batrider good at just isolating him and shutting him down. Doom, obviously, amazing against Void. Once he gets the Ags, disables the backtrack, disables the bash, and yet still Icy, they just haven't gotten any chrono setups. He sits on just a BKB Mask of Madness and Maelstrom at 53 minutes. These are items you want to see on your Void well before the 30-minute mark, even in the offlane. CSMJ now caught out. The lasso will find Icy. He BKB, but they can just doom him. Well, fight's over, folks, as far as Icy's concerned. He's not going to be able to do a thing. He tries to turn. He gets sliced down by Big Daddy Doomair. Next on the list, they've still got another lasso. Leaping in his RTK, pulling him into the meat grinder. Burning, dropping pretty low here. He will end up going down, but remember, he's the Aegis carrier, so they bring down 3 heroes, make it 4. Double buyback coming out. Not sure how much it matters. Pretty Haw, well, dropped low. Burning could look to engage this one, and he will. He ends up getting another kill. That's a dieback from your troll. It'll probably be another death for the Ancient Apparition. Yes, it is. ZSMJ next. Shackled, held down, brought down. Everybody dies. 7, 8 kills perhaps at that point. I think 7 in the end. Plus the Wraith King ultimate, so make it 8. BG in a display of brute force run over HGT here in game 1, and another win. If they manage to pull it off, they'll be tied. They'll be tied for 4th, and they walk into this final day as we come down the home stretch with a strong shot to move directly into the LAN finals. The big gods showing that there is some real skill behind these big names. They may not have been taking Dota seriously the past few months, but these old dogs apparently able to learn some new tricks. Guys, with that said, Game 2 coming up next. You're watching the Dota 2 Asia Championships brought to you by Beyond the Summit. I'm LD. You can follow me on Twitter at LDDota. you all should go to check out Starladder. Our next match is going to be a doozy. HR taking on Navi. That's at twitch.tv/Dota Starladder_yen. The rest of the gang is there. Merlini, God, Zayori, Connell Guy, bringing you all the action live from Kiev. And as for little old me, I'm holding down the fort here. It's late. I'm going to make some more coffee, and we'll get ready for that next match coming up in a moment.